Good morning, everyone. This is Cynthia here with your daily tarot card of the day. This week we're using the Herbal Tarot. I've got information about that in the description box below. So let's take a moment and tune into the collective energy of the day. Go ahead and tune into your own intuition, your higher self, your spirit guides. And when the card comes up, see what messages you receive as well. And of course, these are timeless messages. So whenever you happen to find it, there's likely something here for you. And I'd also like to say that it is a general energy of the day for the collective, whatever I'm tuning into, whatever messages Spirit wants to bring through. So just take what resonates and leave the rest. If it's not sitting well with you, then maybe it's not your message. Maybe you've got something else going on with today's energy. That could also be where you pick up a different energy from whatever card comes up for yourself, which is why I say tune into your own intuition. The energy that I pick up from the card might not be the same as what you pick up from the card. So trust yourself. Trust your intuition. Trust your resonance. Oops. Oh, Spirit, what are we doing? This one? Yes, that one is what I heard. Woo! 8 of Pentacles. The 8 of Pentacles. And in this particular deck, it's depicting ginger root. Well, the ginger plant, but there's the root you can see at the bottom and how it grows, the tuber. You know, ginger is a lot to do with digestion, the fire. It warms. When there's stagnancy, when there's cold, when there's complacency, apathy, loss of appetite, things of that nature, right? The ginger kind of stirs things up a bit because it's very spicy herb, and it's got that warmth, right? So it warms you kind of from the inside out, which is why it's very popular in a lot of different dishes, you know, in the autumn and in the winter, right? Ginger snap cookies, get those ginger. So ginger is very warming. It's also has some antifungal and antibacterial properties. So it's purifying and cleansing. So it's almost like a healing fire of purification and cleansing. And of course, being a root means very close to the earth. It's very grounded, like we also see with the pentacles, right? So 8 of Pentacles typically talks about our knowledge and skill and practice in terms of, you know, some kind of work that we're doing, whether we're learning how to do something and we're practicing it, we're putting effort into a project. And gaining some kind of mastery over that, mastery over the knowledge, putting the knowledge into action, practicing it over and over again. When we actually digest the information and the skills and the practice, then we achieve mastery over that. So in this particular instance, from the energy with today's card, I'm feeling there could be a sense of self-mastery over some internal structure of how we're balancing the spirit, mind, body. It could be about digesting recent experiences and sort of letting that energize or vitalize or purify um, our personal and or spiritual development in some fashion. So it could be a level of self-mastery that we're looking at here that actually helps us in our day-to-day lives, the practical grounded sense of the pentacles, right? When we hit a certain level in our mental, emotional, and spiritual development, well, that's all well, good, and fine. But if it doesn't inform how we live our lives day to day or something of that nature, then it's not really useful to us, right? So we have to put our knowledge, our understanding into action, and that's where the wisdom comes in. And with this Eight of Pentacles, it's like we're mastering some level of that. And in a very real sense, this could have to do with work that you have to do today, or it could have to do with something that you're learning or studying or trying to master and or accomplish or achieve. And so if were working on something really, really passionately, maybe you like sort of got distracted or got really busy and haven't tended to it in a couple of weeks, or had put it on like back burner because you were waiting for something to maybe you had gone as far as you could go and then you were waiting for word from a colleague or someone else in order to be able to take the next step and continue moving forward. I almost feel like the idea of the ginger warming things, it's almost like it's turning the heat back up on that burner. So you put it on the back burner and you might not be able to move it to the front right away, but you might be now in a position to turn up the heat a little bit, to go back to it, to start tending it because something else is, simmering. You found a minute to work with it, right? So I'm getting this energy of almost like getting to a point where, okay, now it's time to put this, to tend to it or put it back on the forefront, or there's some kind of a step forward that's going on here. But I'm feeling like today's energy is showing you that you're in a position to prepare to engage with this thing, or to be ready to take the next step, or to turn your attention away from what you thought was blocking you and allowing you to actually digest these experiences and get excited about doing it again. Sometimes we get an inspiration or an idea and we get all gung-ho about it and then we lose steam. And sometimes that can be disconcerting because we then think to ourselves, well, was that really for me? Should I really be doing that? Maybe I don't like it as much as I thought. And this is kind of like this revitalizing or re-energizing energy seems to be coming in today to say, hey, yes, this is for you. We just put you on hold. It's almost like the universe saying, we just put you on pause for a minute with that thing. It wasn't to block you and it wasn't to prevent you from doing it. It's not that there was anything wrong. It's that you were moving so fast. We needed to put you on pause so that we could actually start bringing this thing more up to speed with you, right? Or whatever the case might be. But I'm feeling like the energy of sort of revamping or rewarming or revisiting something seems to be coming up, something that you maybe were working on, and again, it felt like it had slowed down, or maybe you started having some doubts and this, that, the other thing. So, and again, on another level, it still always goes back to self-mastery. Whether we're learning a new skill or a new trade or a new art form, whether we are, working in the same position that we've had for the past 5 or 10 years, or whether we were inspired to start a new project, and it all comes back to self-mastery. Are you mastering who you are within the context of engaging that thing you do? Because you are not necessarily what you do. And so this is that opportunity to sort of realign yourself with what it is that you're doing in your day-to-day, and realigning with yourself and gaining a mastery over yourself, so that if you are going to do something, that it's you who is doing it, not necessarily just a pre-programmed robot, so to speak. Right? That's not what you are. There's a level of you in it. And it could call to mind situations, circumstances, or projects where those things are no longer aligned with you. Either they need to grow and change, or you need to find you've changed so much so to the point it's kind of like hiring a master for an entry-level position, right? Have you evolved to a particular level where what you had been doing is no longer stimulating to you? And while you still need to do it to the best of your ability for the time being, you also need to be thinking forward in terms of, I've grown into something else, and so I need to take these skills that I've learned, that I've mastered, that I've, grown into, and engage them differently now. So I need to move. I can't not use these new skills that I have and staying in this position. Or do I have to grow this position in order to contain the skills that I now have accomplished and achieved, right? So today's energy could definitely be talking about not just your self-mastery, but also certain circumstances that are engaging your attention in life that need you to look at. Have you grown past it? Do you need to move in a new direction in order to engage all of the new skills that you have? Or do you somehow need to grow the context of where you're at in order to contain the new skills that you have? Because you achieved and accomplished that new level of skill or mastery or knowledge or expertise or practice or whatever it is in order to use them to benefit yourself and those around you. That's kind of the whole point of growth, right? In which case then, today's energy is really just calling to mind of paying attention to where have you grown, or what are you engaging because you want to grow. It's doing a forward thinking thing and kind of owning the fact that you yourself have grown. You've digested certain experiences. You could be feeling the inspiration again. You could be being warmed up to doing something again. So yeah, it's a powerful energy to get you to not just notice, but also start moving in a different direction, because you're realigning with your goals, your actions, yourself, your purpose. And with that lovely energy, I leave you for the day. Thank you so much for being here with me. I look forward to speaking with you tomorrow and enjoy this energy today, and be passionate, be clear with yourself about where you want to go and how you want to use your skills and what you want to do. Most definitely have some fun. Have some fun with all of it. I wish you all peace and blessings, and I will see you again tomorrow.